Now here's a classic. This is a fragrance that goes back to 1998, and I originally checked it out because it's done by one of my favorite perfumers. His name is Olivier Cresp. As a matter of fact, I met up with him some time ago, and he actually signed my bottle of this as well as my bottle of Angel and a few others. Really cool presentation. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this coffee, freesia, musk, peony, sandalwood, and vanilla fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned. Before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on Noa by Cacharel, which is a really interesting fragrance, and it's one that came out back in 1998, so it is a classic at this point. I want to start the video off first by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So here we have a fragrance that came out in the late 90s. Olivier Cresp is the perfumer. He's done Angel by Thierry Mugler. He's done Sedley by Parfum de Marly. He's done a lot of incredible fragrances. And here's one that gets compared to, I believe, White Suede by Tom Ford, part of the Private Blend line. A bit of a tongue twister there. But here is a fragrance that opens up very musky, very floral. You have ylang ylang, you have freesia, you have rose. Really sitting at the helm of this fragrance is a lot of lily. You also have jasmine, so you do have this sort of clean white floral personality about the fragrance as well. But then in the dry down, you have the sandalwood, vanilla, coffee. It's a really interesting blend of notes. In any case, I'm excited to give you my thoughts on the smell in just a little while. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. So right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get this sort of overdose of musk. And the musk comes across classy and classic. And the reason I say that is because there is this air of formality about it, but I do suppose that a lot of people will smell this and think to themselves, it does have a bit of an old world feel to it. It doesn't smell as modern as some of the fragrances on the market today, but of course it's all a matter of personal opinion. It's all a matter of your own subjectivity. So if you like it, by all means, please purchase it, wear it, enjoy it. Don't let anybody be a naysayer, so to speak. So it opens up very musky. You have the freesia in there. So you have this sort of heady personality, but it's combined with these clean white florals, namely the jasmine and the lily. Now the lily is probably going to be a little bit stronger than the jasmine. The jasmine in here is not indolic, so it's not rough around the edges or anything like that. It doesn't convey a barnyard personality as indole does. And then in the dry down, you do have this sort of ambery tone established by the coffee and the vanilla. Now here's the thing, coffee is an ingredient found in Angel as well. Not only in the women's version, which is made by the same perfumer, but in the men's version, which is composed by Jacques Couklier, came out a few years later in the mid-90s, not the early 90s. So here we have this sort of coffee vanilla DNA in the dry down, which I think is really nice. The only thing is that you're not going to get it right away. You're going to get a touch of warmth, not sure where it's coming from initially, because there is also sandalwood, and sandalwood can be a little creamy, a little sweet. It can also convey a sense of warmth, but the musk in here is quite strong, and you're going to get a lot of it. And I'm not sure exactly what type of musk it is, if it's something like galaxolide or ambretolide, or, you know, there's a lot of synthetic musks being used nowadays. I can tell you with 100% certainty it's synthetic, but it's a very strong, almost powdery musk that you're going to get from this fragrance. And with that comparison to White Suede by Tom Ford, you're not going to get a leathery personality from this. There is coriander, there are some spices in here as well, but mostly you're going to get this musky, floral, subtle vanilla and coffee fragrance. Noa by Cacharel is a classic, and for very good reason. And if you've had the opportunity to try it, if you own a bottle, let me know what you think. Drop your comments down below. Always love the interaction. And I look forward to reviewing some fragrances from decades past in the future on this channel, just because I think there's a lot of classic and classy fragrances that I have yet to cover, and I'm looking forward to doing so. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, of course nowadays there's a lot of musk overdose fragrances on the market, but this is one of the originals, I suppose, even though musk is an ingredient that goes back long before 1998, believe you me. But the way that it's done with some of those amber tonalities is done really, really nicely, I would say. Longevity on this one is about 7 hours on my skin. Projection was okay for the first half hour of application. It radiated within an arm's length. And then it became very close to the skin right around hour 4.5 or 5, I want to say. So not the best performance. In terms of the versatility, it is a bit feminine leaning. These just go according to sort of traditional notions. Nowadays, you can wear whatever you want, wear what makes you happy. Great for casual or formal. Will probably cater to the sentiments of somebody who's a little bit older. And I think this one is great for maybe hotter weather, even though the DNA makes it sound appropriate for colder weather. Just that lack of performance, I think, would probably work best in the spring or something like that, or a cool summer evening. In terms of the presentation, I really do enjoy the bottle, and it looks like a pearl, and it has this piece of, I believe it's plastic on the inside that also emulates, the appearance of a pearl. And the built-in atomizer is kind of cool. My final verdict on this fragrance, it's classic, it's classy. I think there's a lot of people out there that love it, and I know it still gets a lot of attention today, and people still go out of their way in search of a bottle, and it can be found discounted for a really, really good price. I'm gonna leave all of the appropriate links down below if I can locate them. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you took something of value from today's review. If you did, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up as well. Thanks again for watching. I love you all. We'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.